Today we're going to show you how to grow Gardener's Delight tomatoes from seed. A lovely sweet and juicy tomato, just right for your garden. Hello, welcome to Somerset, welcome to John Horsey Horticulture. We're here to help you develop your gardening skills, such as showing you how to prune, how to take cuttings, how to grow vegetables and much, much more. So if you enjoy learning those things, do consider subscribing to our channel. All it means is following us, there's no charge, and don't forget to press that all-important notification bell. It just lets you know every time we upload a new video.
Good morning everybody. Today we're looking at sowing more tomatoes. If you remember earlier on, we sowed tomatoes and we got them growing quite early and we put them in ring culture, and that was for tomatoes to grow indoors to give us a nice early crop. It's also quite nice to have later outdoor tomatoes, give you a later crop. And if you remember at the time, I said that the ones we're growing indoors were cordons. That means they'll grow upright and we'll be able to train them in and get a really good crop from them. The other sort of tomatoes are what we call bush tomatoes. They tend to be smaller, they're more sweeter, and we don't have to bother with thinning these at all. They just do their own thing. In fact, they're very good in things like a hanging basket where you can just pick the fruit as you want them. But they're going to be going outside, so the thing is timing. We want to make sure that if we sow them now, for example, they'll be just about right to go out the end of the month when we're pretty safe from any frost. So now it's sort of the end of April. That's a really good time to do it. We can get them going and get them out about mid-May, end of May, which will be fine from the frost point of view. So, I mean, we could sow these in different ways. We could sow them in little trays, as we've done before. We could sow them in modules. Modules, of course, mean you've got to disturb the roots. We'll do that in both ways so you can see how it's done. In the tray here, I'm using a multi-purpose compost, which will be just fine for them. Just compact it down firm it down a little bit, not too much. And there we are, nice. Just never go right up to the edge because you're going to allow some for when it waters. When you water it doesn't overflow. So we'll put that like that. So many seeds now come in what we call hermetically sealed packs. This means that they're sealed at the peak of their freshness. They there's no moisture can get in. They hopefully keep it an even temperature, and the important thing is to keep the oxygen down as well, because oxygen would cause respiration and cause the seed to degrade and sometimes even to germinate. So we're just going to peel the top off of there and see what we've got. So looking at this here, you see I'm just going to, because there's so many, I'm going to sow it very, do take it gently. The beauty of tomato seed, it's quite, like you can see when it comes through, and you can see that you're sowing it at a good distance apart. So there we are. Missed a few over there, so you can see where there's patches, but you haven't sown it very thickly. I always go on the safe side with these. I always sow them fairly thinly, because you can all, the space isn't that important. Personally, I don't want an awful lot, just a dozen or so will be fine. But it's quite nice, of course, to give them to your friends as well. So there we are. There's the seed that's sown nicely. I like to cover it with vermiculite. I find this is a really excellent substrate for getting seeds to germinate. It seems to hold the moisture levels right, gets a bit of light in, and so we just gently cover the whole seed in that way. Now, with these being very fine seeds and with the vermiculite being quite light, what I'm going to do is put that to one side, and I'm actually going to put that in water and let the water come up from underneath to moisten it. Of course, I said there's a couple of ways of doing this. You can also, of course, do this in modules. And so again, here I've got a tray, and here are the modules. And of course, the thing is, they're grown in modules. Although it's a bit fiddly at this stage, you can at least you'll know that the seed is growing in there, and it won't need to be disturbed when you put it out. So we'll do some in modules as well. Now this is going to be a bit more fiddly because you obviously want to try and get one seed in each of the modules. So it's going to take a little while, this is, but we just put one on the top of there. There's two. There, 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 there. It's far more than one at the moment, so I need to sort of get myself organised. One on there, one on there, one on there. You've got plenty of seeds, it's not the end of the world to double them up, because you can just choose the strongest ones later on. Just gentle bit of compression there, just to push it down slightly into the compost. It hasn't been firmed very much at all, but by doing it like that, you just push it down a little bit, and you just give room to put a little bit of Vermiculite on it. The thing about doing it later in the year, of course, is the temperature is much warmer, and they'll germinate much quicker. So there we are. Here's our bush tomatoes all sown, and they'll be up within a week, and a couple of weeks we can start thinking about putting them out. So we'll put those to one side, give them a jolly good water, and look forward to enjoying these sweet little Gardener's Delight. That's a really good one. Little sweet tomatoes which you can pick straight off the bush later on in the year.
Well, that's all for today. We've really enjoyed having you in our Somerset garden. If you'd like to learn more gardening tips, do subscribe to our channel by pressing the button. And don't forget to press that all-important notification bell. It just lets you know every time we upload a new video. Until next time.